You need to understand something. The reason you're not where you want to be isn't because you're unlucky. It's because you don't have a skill that the marketplace values. You can dream all day about cars, luxury, freedom, and that $1 million lifestyle, but if you can't provide value that people will pay for, none of that matters. Right now, in this digital age, there are no excuses left. You have access to more opportunity than any generation before you, yet most of you waste it. You scroll, you consume, you wish, but wishing doesn't pay the bills, skills do. When I say learn a high income skill, I don't mean just pick up a random hobby. I mean find something that the market rewards, something that solves real problems, creates results, or moves money. Skills like marketing, sales, copywriting, coding, design, video editing, content creation, or automation. These aren't just fancy words, they're tools that can make you rich if you master them. Look at every single millionaire who built themselves from nothing. They didn't start with money, they started with a skill. That skill became their weapon. That weapon gave them leverage, and that leverage gave them freedom. Think about this. You can complain about your job, or you can learn how to make $2,000 a month from freelancing. You can hate your boss, or you can learn how to close clients on calls and make more in one deal than you do in a month. The truth is your skill set determines your paycheck, and the cool part, skills can be learned. You're not born a marketer, a designer, or a closer. You become one through repetition, obsession, and focus. Here's the problem though, most people are addicted to learning, but allergic to doing. They watch endless tutorials, they take notes, but they never apply. You can't learn swimming by watching someone else do laps. You have to get in the water, you have to fail, get uncomfortable, and practice until it becomes second nature. Every day you don't start, someone else does. Someone younger, hungrier, and more focused than you. The only thing separating you from them is action. Start small. Pick one skill and go all in. Don't bounce around from idea to idea every 2 weeks. Mastery requires consistency. You're not going to get good in 1 month. It might take 6 months, a year, maybe more, but that's nothing compared to the lifetime of freedom it'll buy you. The person who stays consistent for a year will always beat the one who hops between 10 things in a week. Stop seeking dopamine, start seeking progress. And once you start learning, document it. Build your personal brand around it. Show the world your process, not because you want likes, but because it builds accountability and credibility. The internet rewards transparency and effort. When people see you improving, they start to trust you. That trust turns into opportunity. That opportunity turns into income. Money follows mastery. When you're so good that people can't ignore you, money stops being something you chase, it starts chasing you. That's the level you want to get to. You want to be the person whose skill speaks louder than any resume ever could. Because in this new world, no one cares about degrees, they care about results. If you can deliver results, you can name your price. And here's the truth, your skill is your safety net. It's what protects you from recessions, layoffs, and uncertainty. When you have a high income skill, you never have to beg for opportunities, you create them. You never have to wait for someone to promote you, you promote yourself. You can travel, work from anywhere, choose your clients, and live life on your own terms. That's what real freedom looks like. So stop wasting time waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect course. There's no secret formula. There's just work, smart, focused, and consistent work. Pick one skill, commit to it, and go all in for a year. That one decision can change your life forever. The people who win in this generation aren't the smartest, they're the ones who execute. And if you start today, you could be one of them. Let me tell you something, real success doesn't come to the smartest person in the room. It comes to the one who works like they have no other option. If you're in your 20s and you're not obsessed with building something, you're wasting your greatest advantage, time. The brutal truth is, the window between 18 and 25 is when you either build your empire or you build excuses. Every second you waste on comfort is a second you steal from your future self. You say you want to be rich, you say you want freedom, but you work like you're already comfortable, and that's exactly why you're stuck. Working obsessively doesn't mean just being busy. It means being possessed by your vision. It means waking up thinking about it, talking about it, breathing it, living it until people think you're crazy. Because the ones who change their lives always look crazy to people who have settled. You can't build $1 million life with a minimum wage work ethic. You can't complain about your circumstances when you're not willing to outwork them. Most people underestimate how much effort it actually takes to win. They think a few months of grinding deserves success. It doesn't. The game doesn't reward effort, it rewards consistency. You have to become addicted to progress, not the outcome, not the applause, not the money, but the process, the hours when no one's watching. The nights when you're tired but you push through anyway. That's where you build character. That's where you separate yourself from everyone else. Because the truth is, most people give up when it gets uncomfortable. They say, I need balance, or I'll rest a bit. Balance is for people who are already free. You don't need balance when you're broke, you need momentum. You can rest later when you've earned it. When you look at anyone successful, the ones who built companies, brands, movements, they weren't lucky. They were obsessed. They said no to parties. They said no to distractions. They said no to comfort because they were chasing something bigger than pleasure. They were chasing purpose. And that's the level of hunger you need if you want to win before 30. You can't half commit to greatness. You either give it everything or you give it nothing. If you're working a 9-5, use your nights. If you're studying, use your weekends. Every hour counts. Every rep builds you. Most people think they need to find motivation. You don't. You need to build discipline. Motivation fades. Discipline stays. There will be days you don't feel like working. That's exactly when you need to. Because those days are what define you. Winners do it regardless of how they feel. Losers wait to feel ready. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. You see a guy in a Lamborghini at 25 and think he's lucky. You didn't see the 16-hour days he put in for 5 years straight. You didn't see the sacrifices. You didn't see the self-doubt. You just saw the result. Everyone wants the result. No one wants the pain that comes before it. But that pain, that's the price of freedom. You can either pay the price now through hard work or pay it later through regret. Either way, you pay. And here's something most people don't understand. Obsession isn't unhealthy when it's directed toward purpose. Society tells you to take it easy, don't burn out, enjoy life. But what they really mean is, don't make me uncomfortable by showing me how little I'm doing. They'll call you intense, they'll call you arrogant, they'll call you lucky when you make it. Let them talk. While they rest, you build. While they scroll, you learn. While they waste, you invest. One day, your results will be the proof. When you work obsessively, the universe notices. Opportunities start showing up because effort always finds its reward. People start to respect you differently. Not because you're better, but because you've built something rare: consistency in a distracted world. You become the kind of person others want to follow. That's leadership. That's influence. And here's the truth: the grind isn't forever. If you sacrifice 5 years working like an animal, you can live the next 50 on your own terms. But if you live like everyone else now, lazy, distracted, unfocused, you'll be trapped for the rest of your life. Don't buy into this modern lie of slow down. You're young, you're full of energy. This is the time to go all in. You'll never have this much fire again. So work like your future depends on it, because it does. There's someone out there working twice as hard, wanting it twice as much, ready to take your spot. Don't give them the chance. Build the habits now that your future self will thank you for. Wake up earlier, stay up later, learn faster, execute harder. You're not in competition with anyone else, you're in competition with who you could be if you actually gave 100%. Because one day you'll look back, and the pain, the late nights, the grind, it'll all make sense. You'll realize you weren't just building wealth, you were building you. The person who refused to quit, the person who earned freedom, the person who deserves everything they have. That's what working obsessively creates. Not just success, but transformation. Leverage is what separates the rich from everyone else. It's the secret multiplier that allows one person to achieve in a year what others can't do in a lifetime. Most people spend their whole lives trading time for money, but millionaires, they find ways to make their time work for them. That's what leverage really is: multiplying your effort through systems, people, or technology. It's how you escape the trap of working harder and start working smarter. If you're young and hungry, you have to understand this. You'll never become wealthy by doing everything yourself. You can't outwork time. There are only 24 hours in a day, but with leverage, those 24 hours can produce results as if you worked 240. Think of it like this: one person writes a sales email and sends it to 10,000 people. Another person knocks on 10,000 doors. Both are selling, but one has leverage. That's the power of scale. The first type of leverage is skill leverage. Your skills can work even when you're not. If you learn to write ads, code websites, or automate systems, those things continue to bring value long after you've created them. You do the work once, but it pays you over and over again. That's leverage. When you're under 25, this is where your focus should be: mastering skills that multiply effort. Second type of leverage is people. You can't build an empire alone. Eventually, you need a team, people who are experts in things you're not, people who believe in your vision and help you scale it. Great entrepreneurs aren't great because they do everything. They're great because they know who to trust with the right tasks. They build systems around capable people and let them operate. That's how companies grow from one person to 100. Then there's digital leverage. We live in a time where your phone can reach millions. That's insane. You can post a video, build an audience, and turn that audience into income. You can sell products, courses, or services globally, all from your laptop. This is the kind of leverage your parents never had. You don't need permission from anyone. The internet is the biggest equalizer in history. If you're not using it, you're leaving millions on the table. And finally, money leverage. Once you start earning, don't just let your money sit. Make it work for you. Invest in assets, in systems, in education. Every dollar should have a job. Most people spend money to look rich. The smart ones spend money to become rich. The goal isn't to save forever, it's to use money as a tool to buy back your time. Leverage is freedom. It's the key to scaling your income without scaling your stress. It's how you move from hustling every day to creating something that runs even while you sleep. Without leverage, you'll always be stuck doing more to earn more. With it, you'll finally understand what it means to build wealth instead of just income.